Treetop Twins Wilderness Adventures. The snow gleamed and dazzled as the sun glinted off the ice. The Treetop family have taken their time machine back 20,000 years, to Ice Age North America. The Treetop family were on skis, and although the sun was shining, it was still absolutely freezing. "I think you should be wearing your gloves, Ted," said Professor Pablo. "I'm like a woolly mammoth, I don't feel the cold," shivered Ted, who hated wearing his gloves. His fingers were feeling a little chilly now, so he reluctantly put them on. The Treetop family had been looking for wool mammoths for 3 or 4 days, and they still hadn't found any. But suddenly Alfie, skiing a little in front of the others, spotted a large herd of them. "Woolly mammoths!" shouted Alfie, pointing ahead. The woolly mammoths were standing still in a wide snow plain just below them. The Treetop family skied down and hid behind a large rock so they could observe the creatures without disturbing them. The woolly mammoth was about as big as African elephants. "What are they doing with their tusks?" asked Tulip. "The mammoths were using their trunks like giant snowplows to shovel away the snow." "How fascinating," said Professor Pablo. "They're getting rid of the snow so they can reach the grass underneath to eat it." They watched as one of the creatures delicately twisted up the grass she had uncovered and put it in her mouth. There was something unusual about the mammoth's trunk. About a third of the way down, there were 2 flaps of skin, like a cobra's hood. They looked, just wondering what they were for, when the woolly mammoth reached out and made a snowball, then trucked it inside one of the flaps. When she took the snowball out again, the snow had turned to water and she spouted the water into her baby snouts. "All the lakes and ponds have turned to ice." "Explain, Professor Penelope." "But this way memos can make water out of snow. They also use their mints to keep the tip of their drink warm when it is free." "Isn't called." Just then Alfie noticed something moving from behind a big rock. Something that had been locked watching them all along. "A saber-toothed cat," Alfie shouts that Phil, jumping out of the heating place and waving his hands around in extreme. The saber-toothed cat started chasing, but it wasn't the woolly mammoth. It was chasing towards it was the Treetop family. "Sky down!" shouted Professor Penelope, and the Treetop family pointed out there. Sky down a nearby hillside and a few across the snow, leaving the saber-toothed cat far behind. The creature was very surprised to see. "I'm shooting away so quickly." It had met humans before, but never once on ski-a-day schedule. In dismay. "No, now we are at the bottom of the hill, and it's going to be a long to climb back." "Climb back up again, at least. You will get warm during all that exercise," said Professor Pablo. "And it was worth it to get a good close look at the woolly mammoth's night time in the cave." There, the Treetop families had made their home. Professor Love and Professor Babbler were watching the stars from the cave entrance and life-reading books by the warmth of the campfire. The tablet was drawing a picture of the bull of a woolly mammoth. "What are you doing, Ted?" asked Dumplay. Ed was seeing if he could turn snowballs into drinking water like the memo. Woolly mammoth, but all he was doing was making his glass wet. "It takes practice to be a woolly mammoth. You can't learn to do that. Shorter thing in just one day."